Hello, today we're going to be doing another deck review, but before we get started, I do want to remind everyone that we put out new deck reviews all the time, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you can follow along. Now, let's get to the cards. Today we're going to be reviewing the Solaris Tarot by Elithien. It's a 79 card tarot deck, and it comes in this lovely hard cardboard box. Now this box, it's substantial, like it feels pretty darn strong, and it has the same soft feel as the cards themselves. I also really do love this imagery on the side of the box there. It's kind of hidden, but check that out. It's just really nice. Look at the sides there. It's so pretty. And here's a better view of the front. Isn't that nice? Okay, so let's get to the cards. Like I was saying, it has this nice, soft, velvety kind of feel. They're dark with, it's like a black almost. I've been debating if it's black or bruise. It's a really dark color, and it has gold accents. So here's what the back looks like, and you'll see it has this like modified Jedi Order logo with like a moon at its base. Star Wars imagery. So a unique thing about this deck is that it has a bonus card that is unnamed. Like you take a gander at that. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it pretty? Nice, has a lot of nice gold foil accents on it. And what I loved about it is that when you see this card, if you pull it in a reading, it can mean anything in that moment. I'm a very intuitive reader, so when I love that idea that I can pull this card and whatever I feel when I see it, that's what it is. You know, that's what it means for me in that reading. So I like it. It's almost like adding an Oracle kicker card like I like to do sometimes. So that was cool. If I had to say anything I might change myself personally about it, I did notice that the court cards, instead of having the color of that, like how the majors are, it's like this. It's in these kind of gold accents. You see Yoda there. King of Wands. And yeah, it looks really, it's pretty. It looks great. It has great shine to it. I just think it would have been cool to see how to interpret that. It probably would have been really difficult, which may be why the author kind of went the way that she did. So that's really neat. My very favorite thing about this deck is definitely going to be the Reylo energy you get when you are going through the majors. Wait till you see it in a second. It is just like, So I literally had just came home from the movies when I purchased this. I seen it on Etsy and I was like, oh, that's cool because I'm a Star Wars fan. I was on the fence a little bit about it. I didn't know if I wanted to go in on it yet. I have a bit of a problem buying a bunch of decks, so I'm like, okay, maybe I don't need to do that right now. But I went to the movies and I saw, spoiler alert, you know what happens. I saw what happened and I was like, oh my gosh. So I go home and I sat on my computer and it was one of the first things that came to my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna go look at that deck, and then it's just my hand just something to control, click, 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 order, okay. So I had to have it. And I mean, her imagery is just extremely on point. It is beautiful. Let me show you the cards. Gorgeous, weren't they? Okay, so now I'm going to tell you my three favorite cards out of the deck, which were the Magician, the Hangman, and the Tower. So we're going to start with the Magician here. There she is, Princess Leia. A little detail that caught my eye was this like box around her hand. It made me think of how she ended up having more force power than we were aware of in the older movies. So I see the Magician and I think resourcefulness, I think willpower and potential, and it's just many of the things that Princess Leia stood for. So good choice for this card, I'd say. All right, next. The Hangman. Looking like Han Solo after being pitched over the edge by Kylo Ren. But what makes this card is the fact that we have a Han here as a hangman, who in tarot we generally think of as being there by choice. Han made the choice to believe his son, Ben Solo, was still alive inside of the caricature of Kylo Ren that he had tried to commit himself to, you know, I'm Kylo, I'm evil, you know, whatever. Like the typical hangman, he sees things differently from a different angle. Kylo Ren, evil genius to the universe, is just his sad and lost son, Ben. It's fantastic. Get ready for all the feels. The last card. The Tower. The Fearful Tower. The card that nobody wants to usually see. That, you know, people hate seeing this card. They're like, ah, the Tower. Tower tells you how it is. But this card killed me. I mean, really. When is anyone ever glad to see the Tower, right? I mean, just look at it. It's so foreboding. It's like she's holding him dead and she's upside down, which makes me think of him holding her, and I can't even. But back to the Tower. So on the upside, this card has given us a heads up on some powerful change coming our way. Might be chaotic, might question everything we know, but here it comes. And the imagery here, folks, is just so on point. Hopefully by now we all know that how this particular story ends. She's a Palpatine, he's no longer a homicidal maniac, and most sadly of all, he dies. Which kind of made sense, because what place would he have in the universe after all that he had done? So yeah, I mean, some crazy change, and it had to occur, but, you know, it was needed. So, that's it for my deck review today. Just looking at the cards got me back into it. So this deck was $45, but it is currently sold out, and I don't know if they're gonna bring it back. So stalk their Etsy page. I'm gonna go ahead and link that down below. Send messages, beg and plead maybe, and be nice if the author put out another version of this. I also really recommend you can check out their Patreon. I took a glimpse at it, and if you are into seeing more artistic style work of Reylo and others, you definitely should check that one out. I would love to know if you have any questions about this deck, if you've seen it, if you want it. Let me know in the comments below, and until next time.